And that's our show. Thanks for coming. All right. Aloha.
Aloha.
How's everybody doing today? Pretty good. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to Islands of Hawaii as we share with you a little bit more about our culture through song and dance. By way of introduction, my name is Na'oahu. I was born and raised right here on this island of Oahu. My family's been living here in the islands for over 2,000 years now. I'm a descendant of those first sailors that came on voyaging canoes over 2,000 years ago. Since then, our people have been able to develop a culture, history, and heritage, as well as a language that is passed orally from generation to generation. You know, traditionally, we lived in an oral society. Basically, what that means is that everything about your culture, history, and heritage is either memorized. It's either sung, chanted, or danced as they pass it from generation to generation. And the house that we're in right now is called the Hale Halau, and this is a house where that would happen. Hale Halau was a house of learning, a very important house for us because within buildings like this, much of the culture was passed from one generation to the next. And so we welcome you to our special building today as we share with you our history and our heritage. And we share it through the art form that we know as hula, right? Everybody know what the hula is? Mm-hmm. Have you seen too many hula already? Not all hula are. You know, when you're doing a hula, everybody knows when you're doing a hula, you're telling a story. And the story is often being told using your hands. Very good, yeah. We don't talk with the hips. Shakira does that, we don't do that here. So let's try a little hand exercise. Everybody show me your hands. Using your hands, why don't you show us how you would make a motion for waves on the ocean? How would you portray waves on the ocean? Some of you haven't been to the beach yet. Yeah, not this kind of wave. General up and down motion, very common for water. Take it out to the side if you need to. What about a flower? How would you do a flower? Interesting. There's no flowers that you guys don't. The other day, some guy was like this. It was lovely. For us, though, very simple. Palms down. Turn it over to make the bud. Okay. What about a house? How would you do a house? Kind of universal, really. Right? Roof of the house, really simple, good. And rain. Easy one, right? Yeah. And so, you know, oftentimes when people watch the hula, you hear people say, well, if you watch the hands tell the story. Well, actually, it's the story that tells the story. The hands help to depict what the story is being shared. But the story is shared through what we call oli. And oli in Old Hawaii had mana, oli had power, because oli was the voice. Is a chant we use to call upon our ancestors to be with us at this time as we share our culture with you. It's through them that all of our knowledge and information flows. So we share with you traditional hula that we call hula kahiko in a chant done in honor of our fire goddess Pele. And this particular Pele chant is one of the oldest Pele chants preserved and passed down throughout the ages. This chant will take us back 1,600 years that it has passed from one generation to the next. This is what we pass on to the next generation as well. A story of Hi'iaka, the younger sister of Pele, and she is sent by Pele all the way to the island of Hawaii to bring back a companion by the name of Lepiau. And the trials that she faces along the way to Kauai and back to the Big Island are shared in this epic tale. So we share with you traditional hula kahiko, the chanting title, No Lune Kahalikai o Kamala.
I no lune kahalikai o kama'aleva.
Once again, traditional hula kahiko. We'd like to share with you one more story. This particular chant is what we often refer to as a mele ino, a name chant that is done in honor of a specific individual. And this particular high chief was very instrumental in preserving our culture throughout the years. Now, he was not only a high chief, but he was also our last reigning king, King David Kalakaua, and the first king ever in history to have traveled around the world while sitting as a king. This chant regales him and shares his name to the world to show the wonderful things that he's done for the people of Hawaii. So we share with you his melody, his name chant entitled Kawika.
Ai, e no kawika, kaheka o ngā pua. Eia.
Eia no kawika hei, kahekia o ngā pua hei.
Eia.
Once again, traditional hula of Hawaii. Mahalo. So did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that what you thought hula was going to be when you walked in the house though? Again, this is traditional hula, the style of dance that has perpetuated our culture for 1,000 years. Now, did you notice any smiles on the face of our dancers? No, and that was done on purpose. Oftentimes as we do dances honoring our gods and deity, as well as our chiefs and chiefesses, dances are often done solemn and serious in honor and respect to the individual the dance was done for. Chances are if you saw a lot of smiling while they're dancing, you're probably watching modern hula that we call hula awana. Everyone say hula awana.
Hula awana.
Yeah. Awana in Hawaiian means to wander, and what they're saying is this style of dance wanders a little bit away from the traditional. It is still hula. Being that it's entertainment though, it allows us to smile and laugh and play around. Modern style of hula came about by the introduction of new instruments to Hawaii, two of them in particular. But by the 19th century, people from around the world began to make Hawaii their new home, also bringing with them different parts of their own culture and heritage as well. You know, in 1830, Spanish and Mexican cowboys came to Hawaii. And they brought along with them their Spanish six-string guitar. And Hawaiians fell in love with the music they played, especially on the campfires. You know, they even showed us how to play. And then they left and forgot to tell us how to tune it. So we played around the tuning keys, changing the strings, slacking some of the strings. So we developed a style of tuning and guitar playing on our own that we call ki ho alu, or Hawaiian slacking. Have any of you heard of Hawaiian slacking? Would you like to hear some? It sounds something like this. Now there was another stringed instrument that came, actually a smaller stringed instrument, all the way from the Madeira island of Portugal. And it came on board one of two ships that also brought immigrants to work on a plantation. Now you know it's a long trip to come by ship to Hawaii. So when they finally docked in Honolulu Harbor in 1879, one of the passengers just had to get off the boat.